Alright guys, BLM here, we're back with another episode of Red Dead Redemption 2. We're continuing on. We're about to do this Dutch mission, I guess. So let's do it. Right. Let's go. Oh, he's right there.
What now? You sweating yet, Dutch?
So yeah, we're going to continue on with the Survivor series as well. We just did Tribe Swap. We're at the final 18. So the tribes are on the red tribe. We have Madison Page from Heavy Rain, Henry from The Last of Us, Cole Freeman from Beyond Two Souls, Eugene Sims from Infamous Second Son, Rafe Alder from Uncharted 4, and Adrian Baker from Heavy Rain. On the blue tribe, we have Sarah from The Last of Us, Luther from Detroit Become Human, Zalko from Detroit Become Human, Boulder from God of War, Derval from Horizon Zero Dawn, and Lanzera from Horizon Zero Dawn. Go to Charles. Is he like right here? Or okay. And then on the yellow tribe, we have Grayson from The Order 1886. We have Resh from that one game I can't think of. What the fuck is it? Horizon Zero Dawn. We have Magni from God of War. We have Vargas from Uncharted 4. We have Alan Hill from Until Dawn. And we have Catherine from Uncharted 4. That's what we're doing now. Okay. What are we doing? Where is this? Okay, it's like in the middle of nowhere.
Where are we going? Dutch wants us to have a talk with Trelawney about these bounty hunters who are coming for us. Hoping he can tell us who they are or where they're coming from.
Okay. And you're deputies now.
Immunity challenge. The first one is the challenge for San Juan Destroyer where Missy broke her leg. So essentially it's just obstacle course with puzzle at the end. So looking at these tribes, I feel like this Madison Page tribe is pretty strong. He has Madison Page, Henry, Cole, Rafe, and Adrian Baker. I feel like Madison Page, Henry, and Rafe are pretty strong competitors, also with puzzle abilities. So I mean, I feel like that's the clear winner here.
Dutch don't seem too worried about it.
Can't believe they're still coming after us.
Yeah, really. Actually, at this point, like all these missions are exactly the fucking same, pretty much. Again, structured exactly the same.
I've only met him a couple times, but he's a strange one.
Fear not. He's just a cockroach.
When it comes to the other tribes, I think it's definitely tougher. I mean, this blue tribe has a couple physical people. I mean, it has Luther, who's obviously a beast. There's Balder and Derval. I mean, you assume Zalko could do a puzzle, so I mean, maybe that's a good tribe. Then we have Grayson. I think Grayson's pretty good. Rush, Magni, sorry, all pretty strong competitors. I don't know who's the puzzle maker here. Maybe Dr. Hill. I don't know how great he really is, though. So I think this red tribe wins immunity. I think we'll give the blue tribe the second one. So the ones that are going tribal here are Grayson, Resh, Magni, Vargas, Dr. Hill, and Catherine. And I feel like, I talked about this earlier, I feel like Catherine's gone. I talked about this earlier, where I think Catherine, like, I think she's going home early anyway, so let's have Catherine go. I think unanimous vote. I think she votes for Hill.
What did you stop for?
So yeah, there we go. 5-1. So yeah, 5-1. And I just realized we're down to only 3 females left on this entire cast, which is not great. Yeah, we have Sarah, Lansra, and Madison Page. But oh well, whatever. Next community challenge is what? It is. Oh, it's the blindfold challenge. Yeah, with
Slow it
the
down.
yeah, blindfold challenge with the thing at the end.
A very good morning to you. Excuse me.
The table maze. So it's like, again, I feel like the Madison Page tribe, I just think is all around the best tribe here. I think it has like half the tribe is like pretty good physically, pretty good. I feel like it's filled with very smart people. I just feel like it's.
I think it's just up here.
I just feel like that's the most well-rounded tribe. And now the thing is, who comes in second? And I don't know. I'm kind of thinking. I'm thinking maybe this Grayson tribe comes in second. I feel like they would do well at this table
Someone
maze
got here
portion
first.
more than this other tribe.
So it seems.
By the looks of things, it wasn't a social call.
Check the house.
So this tribe goes to tribal
Gone.
right now. It's Sarah, Luther, Zalco, Boulder, Durval,
Shit.
and Lansra.
This don't look so good.
So I feel like right away,
he clearly ain't
I
here,
feel
so where
like
is he?
Sarah's fucked.
Let's
Which
take a
sucks
look
because I just
around.
realized that would mean a 4th fucking female in a row.
Bed's not made.
When this
So
cast only had
must have been
6.
here recently.
So I don't know, but I feel like that's what happens here. I feel like the only one that would like really be siding with her here would possibly be Luther. Yeah, I just don't think the numbers are there though. I think and which version of Luther is this?
Big
Is this like the
struggle.
after he
Somebody
gets
was
freed?
Guess maybe.
Or is this
12 hours
his
ago?
I think it's the
Know
after he
about
gets
it?
freed version, not the him under the control of Zelko. What are we doing?
They went down here. How's your tracking?
Well, let's get through this first. So, I mean, again, I think Balder and Draval have a pretty good alliance. I think they have Lansra with them. I feel like Zelko fits in that group too, so I feel like they all vote for Sarah. And then I feel like Sarah and Luther could be aligned, and I think maybe they vote for Zelko. But again, it's not gonna be enough. So we go 4-2 for Sarah. Sarah is gone, and now we're only left with 2 remaining females left in this entire cast.
All right, I guess.
Well, lead the way then.
So now we're at the final challenge before we swap again.
Why are we stopped?
Wooden cube, balance beam. Trying to think of what challenge this is.
Come on. We should keep
Oh,
on
it's the
this
sandbag
trail.
challenge. Oh, I wasn't. Yeah, it's the sandbag challenge. Okay.
Not the kind of place I'd expect to see Trelawney staying in.
No?
Normally scams himself into the best hotel in town.
You know, when me and Javier went down with Trelawney to get Sean, after the bar fight, I swear, he talked the whole way and never actually said a damn thing.
I thought you knew. That's his special talent. They could be 20 miles away by now.
We can track them that far if we need to. Depends on how much you want to find them.
Yeah. I still ain't sure about that.
Wait, did we lose it?
Hey, look.
Now it goes off.
Let's go see what those fellas have to say.
What's wrong, Arthur?
What the hell? Excuse me. Yeah. Have you seen him? We're looking for our friend.
So,
I
yeah,
don't
slingshot
think he's
challenge.
here.
To be honest, actually,
you
I can see
seem
this red tribe losing this
strange
one.
sort of feller.
Yeah, I feel like this
Sorta
red tribe, this Mass and Page
formal?
tribe, I think they're very good at most challenges, but I feel like Slingshot is something that
Sure.
they wouldn't necessarily be good at.
Nah.
I feel like this other one, like this other tribe
Uses
is
a
like
cane.
Boulder,
Looks a
Derval,
lot like
Luther. I
this
feel like
one.
those people would be good at Slingshot. And then I feel like
All
this
right,
other tribe
you
with
two.
Grayson and Resh and
Where the
Magni,
hell is
fuck,
it?
would be good as well. So I feel,
Come here.
ooh, what the fuck? Yeah, fuck you. So I feel like this red tribe goes to tribal. So really, all three of these tribes go to tribal, which is cool. I like different tribes going to tribal here. And I mean, I feel like Baker's gone, right? Mass and Page and Baker's on the same tribe, so I'm assuming they're voting for each other. Again, Baker tried to,
Tell me
and
where
she
he
ended
is.
up killing Baker instead.
Go to hell.
So it's like, I don't fucking care.
Better tell me
I feel like
now,
they
you
vote for
son of
each
a
other.
bitch.
And I feel
Okay?
like just everyone votes for Baker. And
They
Henry,
took a new
Cole,
cabin.
Eugene. I think Rafe is like a
Over on a
debatable one, but
cornfield.
let's just have him vote
Which
for her.
cornfields?
So as a trying to stay the majority sort of thing. So there we go. First vote where a female doesn't go home. They kill him. I'm an idiot. I pushed the wrong button, but either way.
All right. That should do it.
Can I loot him? Yeah. So we're up to the new swap again. Which would be the final swap before the merge. So yeah. Let's set this up for a second here. Shit. Again, I don't, like, I'm using my new laptop right now. It's like, I don't love the mouse for this laptop. I feel like it gets confused sometimes on what I'm trying to do. Whether I'm trying to, like, I don't know, it's like, it's a bit off. Oh, whatever. Okay, we'll do this in a second. What are we doing right now?
Come on, let's go.
Follow me. I think there's a way around so we don't have to go through the Braithwaite's place.
Yes. I've spent enough time there. After you, then. Yeah.
You okay?
I'm good.
What do you think they want with Trelawney?
Could be any one of 100 things. Just depends if any of them involve us.
You think he'll talk?
Of course he'll talk. He'd sell his own sister to save a train fare. He don't know how not to talk. Let's go. Get a move on.
Fuck. I'm trying to do just tribes off at the same time. Alright,
Why are you riding off on me?
Now, I'm
God damn, this
saying
game is
something.
really nice looking.
Oh yeah. He don't know how not to talk. He don't know where we're holed up, though. At least I don't think he does.
I don't know why Dutch still deals with him. Always disappearing for weeks on end.
He's got his uses, and, well, loyalty matters to Dutch.
Of course. But is Trelawney loyal?
Kind of. I guess Trelawney ain't exactly disloyal. Just got a big mouth. Don't worry. If he talked, I'll goddamn find out what he said.
Fuck. Yeah, I wish there was a follow road mechanic, just so that, Levy or tier following. part of the ride.
Okay,
Fuck me,
here's the
man.
cornfields.
Goddamn.
That must be it. Whoa! Let's get you out of here. Come on, boy.
The thing is, after that shack, this will be remembered like a good time.
Put the man down, gentlemen. Is that the lot of them?
I think so.
So you're alive.
Allegedly.
Well, don't worry, they won't be for much
Look,
longer.
go get them, Arthur. I can handle this.
Fuck.
Don't let them get away. Could have told them anything.
Fuck.
Quick, find them! They're trying to hide in the fields!
Oh, this is our ally. Shit.
Did you see those birds?
What are they?
Come on, you cowards. Where are you? You bastard!
There we go.
I'm telling you now, you boys ain't leaving here. You're making a big mistake.
Um.
I think I heard something this way.
Stop hiding, you cowards.
Where was that?
Over there, where the birds are.
Where were the birds?
Where the hell are you? You're dead. You and your friend up there. Where the hell are they?
There we go.
Come on, man.
Okay.
We got one more, Charles.
Some more?
Over there, where the birds are.
This is really fucking boring, isn't it?
Hey, I see something on the ground over here. He's dumped his gear. Look around. He can't have gone far. Keep searching. He's around here somewhere.
Oh, what the fuck?
He's mine! Let me take him. You get out of here.
You have my friend.
He's not your friend. I'll give you money.
Be quiet.
Come on.
You should have taken the money.
I know. I'm a fool.
Oh yeah, we are swapping this swap that we're doing here. We're swapping
You
we're
okay?
swapping into 3 tribes of 5. Sorry if I'm slurring. It's really late. So, um,
The
but yeah,
gunshots are coming
we're
from
swapping
that
into three
bar.
tribes of 5.
Come
Even
on.
though in Game Changers, this swap was actually into 2 tribes of 7 with one person going to exile. However, instead we're gonna swap into 2 tribes of 5. I just feel like it's a more fun way of doing it. At least I don't particularly like the, especially for this sort of simulation here that we're doing. I don't feel like it's as fun to do the one person goes to exile sort of thing. I feel like, obviously, I think in reality, I feel like it's fine, but I feel like as part of the simulation, it's just kind of like it's kind of just a waste of time, really. It just makes things more complicated than it needs to be too.
All right, let's go back for Trelawney.
I did not mean to do that.
You all right?
Yeah. Never.
Sure don't. Come on. Let's go see how badly they beat up the slippery feller.
I wonder how much trouble he's brought with him.
Guess we'll soon find out.
Seems like we can't catch a break now, Arthur.
Our luck's held this long. We got out of worse scrapes than this one.
So I
So far,
heard.
these tribes are looking pretty shit, to be honest.
What's government
I don't know.
agents
We'll
and
see.
bounty hunters
I
to us?
mean, again, to be honest, this cast isn't
I
the
hope
greatest.
you're right.
I think this is one that it's the least amount of like heavy hitters. Is I think each season before us at least had like one
Mr.
pretty big,
Trelawney, where
like
are you?
like an iconic character. Like, I mean, season 1 had Kratos, season 2 had Nathan Drake, season 3 had actually I don't know who season 3 had. But either way, I mean, Aloy
Well,
is
he's
fine.
still
I mean,
here at least.
season 4 had
Put your feet up, why don't you?
really nobody. But either way, I still think it was a fun cast overall.
You okay?
Never finer.
So, who was
Yeah,
that?
season 6 had Joel,
They
so
were bounty hunters.
but whatever.
Attached to Cole Stoudemire.
Okay.
They weren't looking for me, per se.
So yeah, we got the red tribe here,
Not much.
which is
I
Henry,
told them I
Derval,
was an
Rush,
intellectual.
Cole, Freeman,
Come
and
down here
Lansra,
from Oregon.
which, if I were to guess, is
Good
probably
job,
not a great.
Universe. Of course,
I mean, it's 3 Horizon Zero
didn't
Dawn people, isn't
believe
it?
me.
Yeah, 3 Horizon Zero Dawn people.
Seems you stood
Then
up
the
like
Henry
hornets
is from
nesting
Last of Us, and
black.
Cole is from Beyond Two
So I
Souls.
keep
So.
hearing.
It might be best
Then
if I stay
the
with
blue
you
tribe
gentlemen
is
for a while.
Luther,
Can't go back
Magni,
to that caravan
Rafe
now.
Adler,
All right, Charles, you
Zalco,
take
and
Trelawney back
Vargas.
to camp. I'll catch
So
up
it's
with
2
you,
Uncharted 4
okay?
people, 2 Detroit people, and then 1 God of War person. And then on the yellow tribe, it's
Always
what?
seems to be more.
Grayson, Madison Page,
More and
Boulder,
more
Dr. Hill, and Eugene, which I believe each one of those people are from
I want
different
to get back in the
tribes.
open country.
Or different
in the
games,
West,
so,
or
whatever.
what's left of it, but well, even that ain't the way I remember it.
There we go. So we got a couple missions now. Is that John Marston mission back? Oh, it is. Okay. I don't know why it disappeared for a little bit. Oh, there's a couple missions here. So yeah, we'll continue on with the game here.
Girl.
So who's that Final Five? Alright, what's the not Final Five? What's the next challenge? Fuck, I'm so out of it. Castaways navigate the water, carrying heavy puzzle pieces along the way. Transporting the pieces back to their mat. 3 will solve a puzzle. So a pretty generic challenge. So I mean, we got this red tribe, which I don't think has a really great puzzle maker. I mean, I feel like Cole could do well at puzzles, but I mean, like, overall, pretty, I mean, meh tribe in terms of puzzle making. Decently strong tribe, though, has Henry, Rush, and Derval, who all of which aren't slouches, so I mean, it's okay. Next tribe is very physical, and with Luther and Magni. Then also they have the smarts in Rafe. So I feel like that's probably the winning tribe here. And then we have this yellow tribe, which is Grayson, Madison Page, Boulder, Eugene, and Allen. I feel like Grayson, Madison Page, I feel like that tribe wins as well. I think that tribe comes in second. So I feel like this red tribe goes to tribal. Henry, Derval, Resch, Cole Freeman, and Lansra, which is a bit of a clusterfuck of a tribe here. I mean, again, there's 3 Horizon Zero Dawn people. However, I don't know if they're really all on the same page. Like, obviously, Resch and Lansra, I feel like are on the same page. But I don't feel like Derval is. And I feel like Cole and Henry are probably on the same page. So the question is, do they want to work with Derval? Or do they want to get rid of Derval? I mean, that's really the thing. Because, I mean, like, if the Horizon Zero Dawn people want to work together, they can easily just vote out Cole. So let's have that first. I think Derval votes for Cole. I think Henry and Cole vote for Derval. I suppose I just put it in the wrong fucking row. Or column. But either way. So it's like, it really comes down to Lansra and Resch. What do they want to do? And I feel like they would get rid of Derval, but I don't feel like it's like a guarantee thing. Because the thing about this is that obviously there's no real connection between Resch and Lansra, and even if it's to the opposite effect, where they would not really like Derval. I mean, Derval is kind of this terrorist too. I feel like they would go for, but then again, I feel like at the same time, it's like it wouldn't hurt to
Can I help you?
keep their numbers.
Looks like you boys had some trouble.
Most
we
of
had
Derval
some
is one of the
trouble.
stronger
Bad
challenge
trouble.
competitors.
What you want?
Oh, I was supposed to meet some business partners here. They arranged a meeting, I believe.
So
Fellow with
I
the
think what
scar
happens here, I
and
think
a
they vote out
Mexican?
Cole.
Yes, sir.
Out
And
by
I
the
think
stables,
they
I think.
save Derval
Thank
for
you.
next. I think
And,
if they go to tribal again, I
sorry
feel like
for your
Derval's
troubles,
gone
friend.
for sure. But I feel like for this vote, I feel like they get rid of Cole. Just keep Derval there for another vote. See how Cole goes. And then the next challenge is, to be honest, relatively similar. I mean, it's another swimming challenge with a word puzzle at the end. Actually, I do think this is slightly different though, because I feel like with the word puzzle, like it's a lot of swimming involved in this one. So I actually do feel like the blue tribe is less likely to win this one, because it's obviously less about brute strength.
That awful business was nothing to do with
But
us.
I still feel like they have a good shot of winning the same way. Where are they?
Like I said,
They're here.
had a run of bad luck in the West. And have you met my partner?
Oh shit, I just
Arthur
realized I didn't mean to
No.
start this
Met
mission.
your son, Sheriff.
Whatever, fuck it.
Okay. Mr. Gray here was saying how he had problems with a family of degenerates.
Oh, well, nobody likes degenerates.
Hag and her inbred sons. They ruined this county. They killed my uncle, you know.
That ain't right.
Problem is, we can't be seen to get too close.
And
So I can pretty much like.
Got gold.
I think I can guarantee at this point, Lansra is making the
got
final
gold.
three.
I ain't no Yankee.
We should make
friend.
all 3 high
Ain't
priestess
nothing.
final 3
My daddy came over on the
3
boat from
people, which would be
Scotland.
funny. Well, I think it's
Scottish
likely.
and
I,
the
I,
Braithwaites.
I think it is.
Goddamn peasants. I don't know. Mongrels.
So final and the next challenge. Yeah, I mean, as I said,
All you gotta do is look at them.
much gold?
I feel like
Enough.
this yellow tribe wins.
These are
It's like who
prized
comes in
horses I'm
second though?
talking
Does
about.
this
Them they'll get you.
Henry? The thing about this tribe
5,000.
though that I don't,
5,000
especially without Cole, is that they don't really have any brains.
Where do we sell them?
As Henry, Derval, Resch, and Lansra tribe. I feel like Henry's fine. I feel like Derval, Resch, and Lansra, like they're not the brightest bulbs in the bunch. Well, at least this other tribe has like Rafe, and also
Keep us away
Zelko
from
too.
this.
So it's like
Publicly,
I
I
feel
mean.
like the same tribe
My
goes
sense is
tribal.
we keep all
Again, I
horse
feel like
wrestling away from
Derval
the
probably
public.
pushes for Henry to go home, but I feel like this is the point where they get rid of Derval. I feel like
Go to the stables
at this point, I mean, Resh and Lansra, I feel like they don't even like Derval. They don't even like him. But yeah, they don't even like Derval. They feel like that was a terrible thing. Well, whatever. I feel like Derval goes here. And now we're at the merge. We're at the merge where this could get interesting, or this could get really fucking boring. It's one or the other. So fuck off. So I'm trying to get these. Is there a shortcut for whatever? All right. So at the merge we have Henry from The Last of Us, Resh from Horizon Zero Dawn, Lansra from Horizon Zero Dawn, Luther from Detroit Become Human, Magni. Actually, let's just pause this and let's just, whatever. Magni from God of War, Rafe from Uncharted, Zelko from Detroit, Vargas from Uncharted, Grayson from The Order 1886, Mass and Page from, what's it called? From Heavy Rain, Balder from God of War, Dr. Alan Hill from Until Dawn, who somehow made the merge. Thing, I believe, yeah, every person's been a tribal once, so yeah. And then Eugene Sims from Infamous Second Son. So who wins immunity here? This first immunity. I mean, how far should we play this out? Let's play out a good chunk to the point where we can finish this off in the next episode. Because to be honest, I think, I mean, it's already pretty late, so I would rather finish this off sooner rather than later. So this is the, okay, this is the standing on the frame, putting a block on your head. So, I mean, again, usually this is like a bigger sort of guy that does well at this. Who do we have? I feel like Grayson is definitely a contender here. I feel like Luther is a contender. I feel like Magni is a contender. But usually it's like a taller, like, it's not really like this buff guy though. It's usually like, it was what, Tyler Fredrickson, it was Spencer Bledsoe. So I feel like Grayson wins this. I feel like Grayson wins this first challenge here. And we'll figure out the dynamics right now. I think we'll play up until like final 6 maybe. Because I feel like once we get to final 6, we should be able to finish it off next episode. So we'll do a good chunk here. Probably waste a good amount of time here. All right, let's look at these dynamics. These again, the merge is usually where all these come together. So we got Henry. We got Resh and Lansra, who I think are together at this point. We got Luther, who's kind of... he was with Henry, right? I think that's what we had. Magni, I think, is on his own right now. I think Rafe is probably on his own right now. Zelko, I don't know. Vargas, I mean, Rafe did kill Vargas, didn't he? I feel like Vargas and Zelko could get along. Grayson, I feel like Grayson probably joins this Henry group. I feel like Mass and Page is along with them. Boulder was with Derval, wasn't he? Well, wait, he would be Magni, wouldn't he? Dr. Hill would be with Zelko, I feel like, in Vargas. Then Eugene, I feel like, is kind of part of this. So really, I think this could come out to a heroes versus villains sort of thing, where we have this group of Magni, Balder, and I feel like if we add Zelko, Vargas, and Hill to that, that's like 5 villains there. And then we have Henry, Luther, Grayson, Mass and Page, and Eugene as sort of hero people. And then we have these people in the middle, and Resh and Lansra, and then we also have Rafe kind of in the middle. So I think they're probably the swing votes here. And like, I mean, Rafe is technically a villain, but to be honest, I just don't see him aligning with a lot of these villains. Like, I mean, Magni, Vargas, Zelko, Boulder, Hill, I don't think so. So, I mean, if we put him with these, which I could see him getting along with like someone like Grayson or someone like even Mass and Page. So if that's the case, that kind of forces the hand. Oh no, it doesn't because it's a 13-person tribe. So I mean, Resh and Lansra are really just the swing votes here. And I mean, I feel like they side with Henry, and like Rafe and Luther and whatever else. I feel like they side with them. I feel like they could go the other way, but I feel like they side with them. So who they go for? Like, who's the merge boot here, though? I mean, it's part of this villain sort of tribe here. I mean, I think Magni is a good shot. Like, I think he's a good target. I feel like Boulder would also be a good target, because I feel like Boulder is like kind of leading Magni, right? I mean, I feel like Boulder's higher up, so I mean, maybe they go for Boulder. I think that's probably what happens. So it's Eugene, Madison, Grayson, Rafe, Luther, Lansra, Resh, Henry. Vote for Boulder. I think the remainder probably go for maybe Madison. Maybe. Yeah, I think Madison or Luther. I mean, it could be Luther. No, let's. I think Madison makes more sense. I think we go for Madison. So yeah, it's 8-5. Boulder is the first boot of the merge, which again I think goes along with. I mean, I think every season so far has had the merge boot be this like sort of villain figure. I think. I mean, at least most of them. Which I mean, it was also a similar thing with our Assassin's Creed series that we did, where it was like the merge boot was typically this like I'm trying to think with the Assassin's Creed one. I believe the merge boot was most of the times like a Templar leader, but also sometimes an assassin. Like I mean, Kenza is kind of an outlier, but yeah, Ahmet fits that. Liam O'Brien was an assassin sort of leader. Flavius, Julius Caesar, Septimius. Yeah, I mean Brutus. So yeah, it's either like an assassin leader or Templar leader. Sever, Jack the Ripper, Jack the Ripper, then Ezio Auditore. So I mean, yeah, it depends on the season whether it's assassin or Templar, but it really is this like a pretty big target here with the PlayStation 1. I mean, the merch boot's been Carter Blake, so again, like kind of a dickhead. Harry Flynn, Gavin Reed, Lazarevich, Daniel is kind of like an iffy one, then Asaf. So I mean, yeah, it's been a villain every time. So there's that. So yeah, we'll continue on talking here for until the let's say 50-minute mark. I think that's what we'll go for. Okay, next immunity challenge was the standing on a pole, right? Yeah. Like holding on to the pole and everything. I feel like I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I think Resh could do out this. I think Henry could do out this. Maybe. And now I think Resh is probably the front runner. Luther, Magni, Rafe, no. Zelko, no. Vargas, no. Grayson, no. I think Madison Page could do well. Is she the only female left? It's her and Lansra. I think Madison Page could do well. Let's give it to Madison Page. Why not? How tall is Madison Page? That's probably a factor, isn't it? In this challenge. Is it's usually a like smaller female, but I just realized I have Madison Page's last name spelled wrong here. Not that really matters, but still. Would kind of irritate me. Alright, Madison Page. How tall is Madison Page? Again, not that any of this really matters, but. She's 5'7"? Eesh, that's pretty tall, isn't it? Yeah, let's still give her the win, though. Again, usually it's a smaller female, but whatever. We'll give it to Madison. So who goes here? Again, I mean, we still have this big group of villains that are in the minority. Though, I mean, if Rafe wants to make some big moves, I feel like Rafe could easily flip, get Resh and Lansra and flip back and forth between a lot of these votes. Then who would he even go for? I mean, maybe Luther? Could he go for Luther? I mean, if he's gonna do it, he has to do it here. Like, if Rafe wants to make these moves, he has to do it here. Because once this vote passes him, it's like he doesn't really have a. He kind of has to stick with that group. So it's like, I mean, I think he can flip back and forth. I mean, who would he go after though? Again, I feel like, yeah, maybe Luther. I feel like Luther makes the most sense. Because I feel like him and Grayson could get along. Obviously, Madison Page has immunity, but even then, I think him and Madison Page could get along. I think Henry is the debatable one. I think he could potentially get rid of Henry. But then again, I mean, this also has to be a target that Resh and Lansra agree with. But to be honest, I think it's tough. I think it's tough for him. I think he kind of... yeah, I mean, I think this is tough. Because if he needs Resh and Lansra as well, he kind of is screwed here. He does need to get rid of Grayson, I feel like. I feel like Grayson's the only one that he can get rid of. So, I guess he has to go for Grayson. I think Grayson or Eugene, I guess. Because again, I feel like Resh and Lansra would have a decent relationship with Henry and Luther. So it's like he can't get rid of them. Madison Page has immunity. So it's like the only ones left are Grayson and Eugene. And obviously Grayson's a much bigger threat than Eugene. Then again, I actually, now that I think about it, I think he can get them to vote Eugene, though. So I think there are people who value strength and loyalty. And I feel like Eugene doesn't have that. So let's get everyone to vote Eugene. I mean, not everyone, but Resh, Lansra, Magni, Rafe. And this is solely a move just to give Rafe more options, I feel like. This isn't really a power move or whatever. I mean, it's a power move, but it's not a move. Yeah, it's really just a move to keep things up in the air for himself. So it's 7 votes, 7-4, I think, or 7-5. That's 7-5. Resh, Lansra, Magni, Rafe, Zelko, Vargas, and Hill vote for Eugene. Everyone else goes for the thing is, though, in reality, though, they would go for Grayson, right? Fuck it, let's just switch to Grayson. I feel like it makes more sense to go for Grayson. I mean, I feel like it just makes almost no sense to go for Eugene over Grayson. So I think they go for Grayson. I think 7 votes for Grayson. I think the others vote for probably Magni. I think he's probably the biggest threat in challenges, at least, out of these remaining villains. So there we go. Grayson is out 7-5. And Magni gets 5 votes. So there we go. Grayson's out, which I think he's like the leader of that alliance. Without him, things can crumble a bit more, you would think. But we'll see. So, next immunity challenge. Final 11 is the stacking the blocks on the table, whatever. I think Rafe could do well at this, actually. I'm trying to think Madison Page, maybe. I think Rafe wins this, though. I think Rafe could win this. Let's give it to Rafe. Rafe wins immunity. And now we're down to, again, we're down to... Well, we're down to, what, 7-4? I don't know. I mean, do you want to... It's 7-4. But he has a group of 3, so I mean he can technically vote out one of these other. I think he can go for like Madison Page and then still. But the thing is, if you're Rafe though, well I mean he's kind of fucked though, isn't he? Because he needs Russian Lansra. That's the problem with Rafe right now, is that he's in a position where he's so dependent on Russian Lansra, who have these obvious allies in Henry and I feel like Luther as well. So it's like he can't really go after these people who he has no connections with, because yeah, I feel like he has connections with Grace and I feel like he has connections with Madison Page. Like here, I mean, I feel like he's kind of forced to get rid of Madison Page. Or I mean, or again, I guess you could say Eugene. Let's have them. I guess they go after Eugene. Yeah, a lot of these people are horny guys too, and obviously, Madison Page is some eye candy. So I guess yeah, let's have them go for Eugene. Who the fuck cares about Eugene? I think Eugene goes near unanimously. I think Eugene gets does his own alliance turn against him? I mean, I think that's even a possibility. I think just everyone piles the votes on Eugene. I think Eugene probably goes for Madison. So I think this is a unanimous vote here. What, 10-1? Which, fuck, we're going through this pretty slowly. But whatever. So there we go. We're at the final 10. Where... Yeah, I think Resh, not Resh. Yeah, Resh and Lansra and all these people, I think they have the foot back. What's Final 10 immunity? It's the Domino Challenge. I mean... I think we can give this to Madison Page. Because again, I feel like Zalko and Vargas, I feel like they're probably incapable of doing this. I feel like Rafe could do well. I feel like Hill really wouldn't do well. So I feel like let's give this to Madison Page. I think at this point, I feel like we have so many of the like similar sort of archetypes here, with Vargas and Zalko being very similar. And even Hill, I don't think is too dissimilar from them. But whatever. I feel like we flip back and vote out Magni, right? Well, no, but you can't, because I was gonna say, like, or you could make him vote for Luther, but you can't really, can you? This is such a terrible position, actually, for Rafe. Who, I think Rafe is, like, the big player right now. I feel like he's the one that has a lot of options, but, like, I'm looking at all the options, and really none of them lead to him being in a good position. Yeah, I mean, I think in an ideal world for Rafe right now, we're at the final 10. I think in an ideal world he would get rid of Luther. Actually, he does have the votes though, doesn't he? He does have the votes. I think let's have him vote for Luther. I think we got Magni, Rafe, Zalko, Vargas, and Hill voting for Luther. I mean, really, it could be a 5-5 split. Eesh. I think we have Resh and Lansra. Let's just say that they continue on with the plan and they go. But then again, if they continue on with the plan, they're voting out their 2 allies. So I don't think they would continue on with the plan. But yeah, they would vote for Magni. Like, again, it's 5-5. So it's like, at that point, is Rafe really going to go to rocks for this? And I kind of feel like he doesn't. So I feel like it's 6-4 for Magni, which I don't know. This is such a bad spot for really. I think this group of Henry, Resh, Lansra, and Luther could run the game at this point, which yeah, I don't think there's much stopping them. I don't think. There we go. Magni goes home. And now we're at the final 9. which I think we might stop here. Maybe we'll go one more round. I did want to get the final 6, but it doesn't look like we're going to get there right in this episode, just because this is taking us a bit longer than I thought. Final 9 immunity was the bouncing on the thing, or holding 2 buoys, holding a buoy with 2 handles, I mean. This is usually won by a bigger guy, again, which there's not really much left. I mean, Luther's left. Let's give it to Luther. Again, I mean, like, the people who've won this challenge are recently, I mean, is Dan and Brad Culpepper, so, I mean, it's a bigger guy usually. I mean, let's give it to Luther. So now what can be done here? Because, again, we have this, like, the old hero alliance. It's Madison, Page, Luther, and Henry. And they kind of have Resha and Lansra on their side right now. That is, unless Rafe can get the villains and Madison Page to get rid of Resh. Which I think is possible, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have the votes to get rid of Resh. And let's just say Resh and Lansra probably go for Madison Page. And Luther and Henry would probably go for, I don't know, who would they go for? Hill? Or Zelko, maybe? Or Zlatko, I guess is technically his name. Whatever. I think they go for Zlatko. Let's just have... Yeah, let's... So it's a 5-2-2 vote, which I think this is one of the few 3-way votes that we've done. Because again, like with this, without idols and everything, these votes usually are pretty binary. Which, yeah, I'm looking at the history of this so far. Every vote has been binary that we've done in this series. We did have some of these weird votes in the Assassin's Creed one, but here, yeah. But I think Resh goes home. I think this is... Because I think Madison Page realizes that Henry and Luther, while they're on their side for right now, aren't planning on taking her to the end. So I feel like she goes along with this villain tribe or villain grouping to go ahead and vote out Resh. There we go. Resh is the next boot. And I think this really opens up the game. But we'll have to talk about that next episode because we got to end the episode. So we'll end the episode here. Next episode we'll continue on with the Survivor series. But for now, I guess, thank you for watching.